The jungle is Bengi. The mid lane superstar is going to be Faker, and the AD carry Piglet alongside him will be Mandu as the support.
And of course, in the red, it is Lemondogs. Top lane is Zoro Zero. Dexter in the jungle. Nuke Duck having to go up against Faker in the mid lane. Tabs on AD carry. And of course, Mithy joined the mid-season, went on a huge run on support.
Absolutely. And something we should talk about these teams actually, along with the travel, is more the mid laners. So many mid laners that I've talked to said, I'm excited to go up against Faker.
They kind of have to see what it's like, because everyone just hears about what Faker does, you know, the things that he's able to do. Winning the matchups with Orianna against Zed, like, you can watch it for one, but to actually experience it is something these guys have to see. They need to see if it's all hype or if it actually is something crazy. They need to figure out what it is so they can try to level up their own game, because everyone says that Faker is just ahead of the game.
Well, I think everybody saw Ryu's face when he got completely outplayed by Faker, and it's just like, but what happened then? I don't know what happened. And these are the things that could happen. SKTT1, you can see there on your screen, just getting ready for this one. Lemondogs themselves also traveling across. And we should talk about the travel, because for both of these teams, this is the first time they've come across the ocean to these big tournaments. Obviously, for Lemondogs, they played in, Tenerife, Moscow, DreamHack, but this is much bigger. And of course, you could talk about the fact that SKTT1, they just played at the massive finals in OGN. So yeah, they both had played in front of big crowds, but that travel can affect teams. We've seen it so many times. Big teams that come abroad and just don't perform.
And also the expectations and realities for these teams is going to be a little different, because Lemondogs playing in a lot of those different places, even before Gamescom, they were saying, wow, we qualified for Worlds, or, you know, we're in the #1 seed. This was an extremely successful season for us, you know? And they're just kind of saying, let's see how far we can take it. Prediction-wise, yes, there's a lot of European hopefuls that think Lemondogs could do crazy things, but if they don't make it, they're a new team, right? They have plenty more to do. What is strange, because SK Telecom T1, they're also a pretty new team. They did not do well in Champions Winter. I don't even know if there was a team then.
It was the spring.
Yeah, but then spring they finished like 8th, and summer they won.
Yeah.
But that's a short span of time. They've been together as this team for half a year, right? But yet they're expected to be this amazing powerhouse. They've never been on a plane before. They've never been outside of Korea. Yes, they're amazing at League of Legends, and they've dominated the Korean League of Legends scene, but we don't know what these outside factors are going to be for them. The pressure that comes from these guys, #3 seed in Korea, but expected to win, coming from the group stage, traveling all the way to America for the first time. Everyone expect, like, if they make one mistake, how are they going to affect with that? We saw Mandu talking about how he, you know, takes losses really hard, but then he bounces back really quickly. What's going to happen if they drop a game in the group stage? How are they would adapt?
And I'm interested to see how those plants that they look after would handle and
Did
survive in
over?
the TSM house, because I don't think they'd last that long myself. But they seem to work out very well for them. Lemondogs there on your screen. There is Mithy. He is the man on the right-hand side, or pretty much the foremost full screen. He's kind of the mouthpiece of the team, and he's really been quite vocal throughout the season of what he thinks is good, strong.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the one that's been researching these. I can remember we had that second place playoff. Lemondogs were top. That was it. They'd finished. Everybody else went home. He stayed in the player lounge, the only person. Everybody else had gone. He was on his own. He stayed and watched all 6 games and just absolutely watched him. He's just such a big fan of League of Legends and just scouted those teams.
And even though Mithy likes to say that it's, you know, a team effort and he's not the one that makes all the calls, there was a drastic improvement in Lemondogs when they picked him up as support. Near the end of the regular season, they went 14-4 after picking him up and secured the #1 seed going into the European playoffs. He is a difference maker on support. And we've seen, you know, Pumandu, team captain of SK Telecom. Last year's Season 2 World Championships, TPA, Mistake was the one who just made all the shot calls. A lot of times having the support in those roles is extremely beneficial for them, and it's what we've seen from some of the world's most successful teams.
And if you wonder why we're waiting, we're just waiting for the teams to get themselves prepared. Of course, this is the first time they are setting up on the main stage in our beautiful studios here in Culver, and it's just fantastic at Los Angeles Studios. I was impressed by this, I gotta be honest. I walked in, I wasn't sure what to expect, because I was on studio group stage. Oh, okay, we'll see what this is like. Walked in, I was like, damn, you guys have done a good job, but all within about a week's build. It was a fast build. These guys,